Hello, welcome to Sheena's Garden. If you're worried about the food shortages, it's an easy remedy. Grow your own food. This is my garden, or one of my gardens, of sweet peppers, super hot peppers, and tomatoes of different varieties. I had to put them in a little close because I was running out of room because I did a lot of starts this year. In this garden, I'm implementing a strategy that my great grandpa Muir did. He would cut a piece of PVC and put it next to the roots of a tree, a bush, a shrub, fruit trees, you name it, plants. So I decided to do it in my garden because I had some extra PVC pipe, and I cut them about 4 inches and I buried them next to the plant so that when the summer heat really gets going, you can go get your rainwater and pour it into your PVC pipe, and it's going directly to the plant. You're not going to be watering just the top inch to 2 inches of the soil. So it works really well. I've done it many years, and I decided to share because there are some people that don't know that. My great grandpa was around during the Great Depression, and they all knew how to do things that most people nowadays don't even think of. So I thought I would share that. This is a new bed that I made that I'm working on. Like I said, there's also eggplants planted in here as well. I did like 10 different varieties of eggplant. I really like eggplant. They don't store well, however, but you can freeze them. You can dehydrate them, and you can can them up if you choose to. These right here are my Christmas lima beans. I just stuck them in there so that they could get used to being in the sun. I will be getting those up soon. I only had a few seeds, so I'm going to harvest those for seed for the following year. The tomatoes are doing excellent. They're growing really well. You know, last year in my another bed, I always throw my scrap tomatoes in there, and they come up every time like clockwork. So I thought, well, who cares if they're, hybrid from another pollination from another plant. I mean, they may be really good. I may even start my own from it. These are onions. I want you to know I also plant in tubs. These are sweet Texas onions, and they bulb up really well even in tubs. You always have to remember to pull the dirt back from the bulb so that your bulb can get bigger. The white and yellow onions always are ready before the red onions. The red sweet onions take longer. This is a new bed that I am making. I'm working on. I got to get some cow manure. My grandma used to have her bed here, so I decided to spend out even more and plant a whole another bed, and I may even expand this more, but I've got to fence it in, so that's another thing that I'm working on. It's a lot of work building beds, let me tell you. It will wear you out, but in the end, it is so worth it. In this bed, in the first plot, will go more peppers and tomatoes and eggplant. The second plot will be squash of different sorts, and the next bed will be watermelon and cantaloupe. So yeah, I'm looking really forward to it, and I'm so thankful today it's raining. Thank you, God. It will really help a lot with softening up that soil. So like I said, if I need to expand this bed, I can, but I'm also working on another bed in the back. So, and that one does really well with tomatillos and cucumbers, so I'll be putting those back there. This is my food forest. My fruit trees are doing excellent. I didn't get as many Granny Smith as I wanted on the tree, but I'm not complaining considering it's the first year that it's put on fruit. This is a hodgepodge of, in that one tub, it has carrots. It had a purple potato that I apparently didn't get out of the tub last year, and it decided to come up. So it's got onions, sweet onions, it's red sweet onions. It's got carrots, and not a sweet potato, but a regular purple potato that decided to come up. If you even leave one little potato in the ground, it's going to come up. But, I'm not complaining. This right here is some seeds that I threw in there. They're my favorite cherry tomato. They are called midnight snacks. So I sowed them, and then as they get bigger, I'll take them out and plant them. I'm getting peppers. I have my first habaneros, my first jalapenos, my first Thai chilies, my first cayenne. I'm really happy about that. I also have my first tomatoes. One of my big beef master is putting out tomatoes, so that makes me really happy. It's just my tomatoes, how well they're doing. These were all done from starts. None of them bought, all done from starts. I'm telling you, it's been so hot. This is dinosaur kill. Nobody likes it, but I like to dehydrate it because you can use it like a chip. And you can turn it into powder if you wanted to. These are sweet potatoes. I got my sweet potato slips in. So I've roughly got 20 purple sweet potatoes and 20 of a variety of sweet potatoes. So I held off on putting those in the ground because the weather's crazy and I want to do it on Memorial Day weekend just to make sure that there's no crazy coldness that comes in, because sweet potatoes do not like the cold whatsoever. That was my habanero. And my lovely fig tree is doing well in its pot, where I can protect it this winter because they do not do well here for whatever reason. And so I'm excited. I'd really like to get some cuttings so I can propagate some new varieties of figs. I would absolutely love that. This is my fire peach. The peaches are doing pretty good. I lost a lot because of the wind, the crazy storms, and the drought. But I still have some, and I call that a win as long as I get some in the end. This is more tomatoes and peppers. Cherokee Purple is one of my favorite tomatoes. So they're in here along with some different peppers and a couple of eggplants. And this is raspberries. Raspberries. Love raspberries. My Egyptian walking onions are making their babies now, so I'll take some of those and transplant them and give some out so that other people can have them just as backup, and there's some comfrey. And this is another bed that I created that I planted corn in and bush beans, and I also planted some marigolds in there. Right now it's really, really dry, but you know, thank God we're getting rain today. This right here, I have to look. Plum. That would be a plum. That's my plum tree. Didn't make as many plums as I thought it would. This is another bed I created, and I planted corn in this one. I also planted okra, my heavy hitter okra. I'm really excited to see it. It's a trial run. It's the first time I've ever grown it. It is grown here, so I'm hoping it does well. This right here is a kiwi male and female plant. I'm hoping that it takes off as well. Heat has really just affected everything. There's my plum tree. Didn't have as many plums as I wanted it to, but it is a first year fruiting, so I'm pretty excited. That just means next year is going to be even better. And peaches, millions of peaches. Peaches for free. I really like it. And this right here is my Fuyu Persimmon. That was a tree that I whacked and turned it into more of a bush. It's doing really well. I love persimmons. I love the American persimmons, even though they're astringent. But if you make the chutney correct, it's good. And they have to be ripe, of course. And that is a Bosque Pear. And it does have pears. Not as many as I'd like, but it has pears. I know, I feel like I'm being selfish. Just like I have these high hopes for it. This right here. Oh, this is my pawpaw tree. Yes, I have another pawpaw tree because they need pollinators. So it's just not growing as fast. It's in too much sun. This is cardinal eggs in my windmill. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Stay tuned. We'll be building more beds, and we'll be planting a lot more forgot to add that I'm also planting pumpkins. I'm going to try to grow a giant this year along with everything else. So stay tuned. I do everything on the down low. I do everything as cheaply as possible, and every year it seems to work out. Nothing has to be hard, and I create my own soil. I didn't do an update on Potato Hill, but I will in my next video. The potatoes are doing excellent. I just continue hilling them so I can get the most out of those plants. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe and keep growing.